Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Football Drop podcast. I'm Will, and with me today, as per usual, is Benji. Say hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How's it going? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it's Monday, so there's not too much happening this week so far. But yeah, today's been good. Thank you for asking. How's your week been, mate?
What a start. Yeah, mate. So far, so good. The week has been fantastic. Yeah, it's yeah. How was your weekend, mate? Let's start that again. How was your weekend?
Yeah, weekend was good, thank you. Just doing stuff around the house. So fitted our lights now finally. So the living rooms, we decorated that obviously last week. So that is all finished finally. So we can just chill out and relax again now. Got the telly up again. Got that new. I told you about that new streaming stick thing, didn't I? So I've got all the channels, all the Sky Sports and stuff. So happy days on my Fire Stick. All legal, of course. Legal. All legal, of course. So it's a subscription thing for it. So all BT and all Sky Sports.
Nice
happy
one.
days.
Yeah. That was Gary down the pub when it sorted that out for you?
Gary? No, it was his brother Phil.
Phil.
Okay. What about you? How was your weekend, mate?
Mate, I had an accident yesterday. So I was playing with my boy in the garden. He was like, "Daddy, can we do some skateboarding?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm up for that." So he's like learning to skateboard, going down the hills and all this sort of stuff, you know, not holding on to my hand or anything. I was like, "Yeah, he's doing really well. How hard could that be?" Mate, I went on it, did a little skate. The skateboard flew into the house. I went onto the floor, banged my knee. My knee is in agony today. I can barely walk. My wrist, I landed on my wrist and that's sore. And, you know, we know I need that. Mate, honestly, I'm in bits today. Fell off a skateboard. So, yeah.
So I do have to ask, why did you think that you'd be able to skateboard?
Because I thought after, you know, being on this world for nearly 32 years, I can handle a skateboard, but as it turns out, I can't.
What was Jack's reaction to you hitting the deck and nearly face planting?
Well, he still hasn't asked me if I'm all right, so I think he's just about stopped laughing. So yeah, I think we're all right, mate.
He is going to be our first guest on the podcast, I think, because he can join forces and rip the shit out of you with me.
Yeah.
Good old Jack.
He's got some story.
Amazing. What a legend. So I'll take it he wasn't too impressed with your skills then so far, no?
No, mate, no. After that, we went and got the hoverboard thing out and just had a little go on that. It's a lot safer.
Oh, see, I can't use them. I must admit, I've gone on them before and it doesn't end well. It ends pretty much similar to your skateboard story, to be honest. So I steer clear of them like the plague, I must admit.
Well, in our barbecues in the summer, mate, we know what's coming.
Yeah, 3 or 4 beers too many. I'll give you a race on those hoverboards, mate. Let's see how fast we can go down the road.
It's happening. I can see blood and everything.
Oh, don't. I'll get Laura to video it. We'll add it onto the YouTube, give people a laugh. Yeah, send it to You've Been Framed. It's easy, 250 quid sorted.
We fucking need it as well, mate. We fucking need it.
Oh, don't we? Bloody don't we?
What are you drinking tonight, mate? You got beer on the go? What you got there?
No, I've got my last Pepsi Max. My last one.
Last one. Oh, yes. Whiskey.
I know. I think after this, I'll have to pop down to Tesco, get some more. I know Laura normally has them for work as well, so obviously I don't want to deprive Laura. Have you if you got a cup of tea there, I see?
I've got a cup of tea, mate, yeah, in my 30 mug. I've got a cup of tea here.
Christ.
What the fuck are we talking about? Should we talk football?
Yeah, I mean, it's been four minutes now of talking absolute shit. So yeah, let's get straight into it now then, shall we? Let's start with... What do you want to start with? Europa League stuff and Champions League?
Let's go for it, mate. Yeah, let's start on Champions League because that was on earlier on in the week, last week, not this week because we've established it's only Monday.
Yeah, well done, genius there. So we had Liverpool and City and Chelsea will go through. Did you manage to watch any of the games at all?
Yeah, I watched a few of the games, mate. Yeah, I was impressed with City again. Obviously, watching them go back are a good team. So I think they've done well. Chelsea again to get 2 goals against Atletico was decent, to be fair.
Yeah, I didn't see that one happening, to be honest. It was a bit of a shock. Because generally speaking, Atletico, they're almost solid to defend against. Jan Oblak has conceded about 12 goals in his entire Atletico career so far. They're top of La Liga. They still don't ship goals in the league. But yeah, Chelsea managed to find a way through.
And they're scoring a lot as well, aren't they? Atletico.
Are they?
Especially
I've not looked too much.
Suarez.
Yeah, I know Suarez is doing all right. I mean, I think we need to touch on it quickly. What an absolute bargain buy.
Yeah, completely, yeah. It came out of nowhere as well. I sort of thought if he was going to leave Barca, he'd sort of go from Spain, maybe move to the Serie A or something like that. But no, he moved to Atletico and he's absolutely reaping the rewards there. He's doing fantastic. And he's got quite a good partnership with Felix up front as well, isn't he?
Yeah, seems to be feeding off quite nicely, doesn't it? But I suppose it just goes to show. I know we touched on it in the demo episodes that we were doing, probably the silent test one, I think, where we had a good conversation about what the hell is going on at Barca. Koeman's decided, we don't want Suarez anymore, doesn't fit in with the plans.
Yeah.
And Suarez has basically gone around and said, well, fuck you, watch this.
Yeah, this is what I can do, and we're going to win the league. I hope they do it as well. I hope Atletico win the league. Yeah,
it would be nice to see sort of them come back up again. They've not won it for quite a few years now. It's just been sort of Real and Barcelona obviously dominating. But yeah, I suppose it would be quite nice to see another team come up against it. But yeah, I suppose it just goes to show the sort of competitiveness of La Liga. Because Chelsea, admittedly, they're definitely flying high since Tuchel's arrived. I think they've only shipped 3 or 4 goals or something in all the matches so far. They're scoring. I mean, they're not scoring loads, but they're still scoring every game and winning every game. So does that go to show just how crap La Liga's become in the recent years?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a different competition, isn't it? The Champions League. It's a bit like the FA Cup. So no, I think La Liga is still top league. There's obviously it's going for a bit of a period at the moment where Barcelona are going through that transition, and Madrid are as well. Similarly, it's a bit strange what's going on at both Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah,
but they're still grinding out the wins. Don't get me wrong. They've still got. I mean, Madrid beat Atalanta 3-1, didn't they?
They did, yeah. But I think Madrid are the kings
result
of Europe, though, aren't they? They always seem to turn it up in Europe, even if they go down 1 or 2, maybe even 3 goals. You still don't write them off. They're just one of those teams that you just think, here we go, sit back and watch it, even without Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, completely. But if you think of the normal superstars that Real Madrid have in their team, like Ronaldo, we think back to the old Galacticos, Zidane. Who have they got like that?
Well, I suppose the only one would be Benzema or Hazard, I guess. Obviously, Hazard's been injured pretty much every single week since he moved. He's having a terrible time over there. Benzema, I wouldn't class him as a Galactico. I think he's just a regular player, really. He's been there for, I think, 9 or 10 years or something now. I don't think he's been devastatingly effective, but he gets 10, 15 goals every season without fail. You know what you're going to get from him. But yeah, you're right. I think the sort of Galacticos era has officially died now, I suppose. But I suppose, can you argue then that City are potentially the sort of new Galacticos team with the players they signed over the last sort of 5-10 years?
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, Man City with excellent players. We've said it numerous times before, the first and the second team, there's no room for anyone else to get into that team at the moment, unless you're looking at the superstars, the Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo still, Messi, those sorts of players. Overall Champions League, I think that was sort of expected. I think the only surprise really there was the Chelsea Atletico result, where that could have gone either way, but Chelsea done really well to get through that.
Yeah, I think so. I think all the ties, I think, to be fair, par Chelsea's, but they're all quite exciting ties. City against Dortmund. I mean, they've not been fantastic in the league. I know they drew at the weekend, but you'd never write them off in Champions League purely because of the attacking threat that they've got. They always seem to play well as a team, don't they?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
So that could be interesting. You've got Bayern against PSG. That's a mouth-watering encounter. I can't wait to see that, really, to be honest with you.
I think Bayern will nick that as well. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think I can see Bayern doing that.
Yeah, I do agree with you. The way they play at the moment is just ridiculous. I know they keep ripping up Bundesliga year in, year out, but I just don't see any team stopping them. Even with PSG's sort of firepower, Bayern are solid all over the pitch. So yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. I don't see PSG winning that. But then again, PSG absolutely tore Barca to shreds, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know if it tore them to shreds, but yeah, no, I do.
Was it 4-1? I think, wasn't it, on aggregate?
Yeah, you can call that tearing them to shreds if you like.
I think, considering, I know Barca in the transition, blah 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 blah, it's still Barcelona. So from a PSG perspective, they must have been buzzing. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it'll be close, but yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. I think Bayern will probably win. And then you've got Real against Liverpool. Probably perfect time for Real to play Liverpool at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? But again, Liverpool are the European kings as well, aren't they? They obviously haven't won as many as Madrid, but they're up there. They're up there in that league of just pulling a result out of the bag, and that could be anyone's, that one. I can see Madrid doing it, to be honest, just nicking it, but I think that's going to be tight.
Yeah, I think if Madrid click, then I think Liverpool will be absolutely ripped apart in the first leg. But I mean, Liverpool can't defend, can they? They just can't defend at the moment. They've got half their first team stars out, so who knows what Liverpool team will turn up the way they've been this season. But as you said, they are, generally speaking, the last few years been very solid in Europe. So who knows how that one will go. So there's some good ties there, I must say. But
yeah, there is.
Wait and see.
No, I agree. I think that's going to be interesting. Looking forward to that.
Definitely. Who's your favourite to win that?
The Champions League.
Yeah,
I
overall.
Still think Bayern.
Bayern overall. Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I just like the setup. I like Koeman, Gnabry, and Lewandowski. Just quality going towards those three, and that's without talking about the rest of the team.
So that's not even having Sane on the pitch either, is it? So
exactly, yeah.
Incredible strength and depth. Incredible, cool. Okay, and then I think I have to agree with you. I think it could be Bayern, or potentially I could see City doing something this year. They've not hit the heights in Europe for, ever. And I think the way they're playing at the moment, no one can get close to them. No one can get close to them. Right. They were solid in their last games. I just don't see them faltering at the moment. Just don't see them faltering.
The quadruple.
Exactly. It's still on, isn't it? It's still on. I mean, Pep obviously downplayed it all, didn't he, the other day? Because I think it was it Zinchenko was saying, yeah, we could do that. That's what we're aiming for, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, Pep shot him down in flames. It's like, nah, that's not happening, mate. Shut your mouth and let's just sort of focus game by game. But, you could see it. It's worth whacking a tenner on it if you're a betting man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that if anyone's got the team, they've got the depth, they've got the players, they've got just absolute quality. The way they're playing, and even some of the players, we've discussed before, some of the players that haven't been playing as well this season, just out of nowhere, has just come up and tearing it apart. Mahrez, for example, wasn't playing particularly well, and this season you can't keep him out of the lineup, I don't think.
No, he seems to be a regular starter again, rather than sort of playing second fiddle as coming on as a sub and starting cup games. I think even at the moment, I think Sterling's been dropped a few times, hasn't he? For Mahrez at the moment, he seems to be playing that well. So it's just incredible, incredible strength and depth. It's mad.
It's Guardiola, isn't it? We say about him spending the money, which he does. He spends a lot of money, but he gets them working.
Yeah, and sorry, mate, go on.
Sorry, man. No, go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he you're right. He does get them going, and generally speaking, he is successful. He has won things at City every season, bar his first one. There's always a sort of gelling in period, of course, but the way they play, it's that sort of tiki-taka football that Barcelona used to play. But I think, if anything, it's probably better because it's more physical as well. They can be direct with their approach. I mean, Ederson can pinpoint a pass anywhere over the pitch. I mean, what a weapon that's actually worked out for them over the last couple of seasons as well. So I think, you just can't rule them out. I know it's absolutely unprecedented. No one's done it before. But these things are there to be done, aren't they? Records are there to be broken.
Completely, yeah. And Pep's can do it. He's done it wherever he's been. He's done it, and this is the longest he's spent at a team now, isn't it? At City.
Yeah, I think so.
Which goes to show just how much he clearly likes the Premier League. The Premier League is, the best league in the world, and it attracts the best managers, and that's seen with him and how he's been reacting with City by staying there for so long, and the fact that they haven't done half of what he would have done at the other clubs. He's not done. I don't even think he's done a double, has he?
Yeah, he's done the league and Carabao Cup, hasn't he?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, yes, you're right.
They are the kings of the League Cup, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Not the traditional double, not the FA Cup and the Premier League.
No, not the ones that matter, obviously. Just the what was it you said off air? The Mickey Mouse Cup, wasn't it?
It has been referred to as the Mickey Mouse Cup, hasn't it? Yeah, let's be honest. Except for when we nearly won it.
Well, let's not talk about that. That's the Szczesny Koscielny debacle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on swiftly then. So let's leave Champions League behind. Let's move to the Europa League then. First and foremost, let's have a laugh, shall we? Tottenham Hotspur. I'm sure you've seen it. I can tell by your face. You have seen the results. You have read everything. So listeners, if you've not actually seen it, don't know where the fuck you've been. Get your head out of the sand. Tottenham in the first leg, they won 2-0 away from home against, is it Dinamo Zagreb, isn't it? Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
So going into the home leg for them, you'd probably expect Spurs to win it, nick it 1-0, even draw 1-1. You think, yeah, they've got that in the bag. Jose, he's got it all set up. He's a European legend, really, let's be honest. So you think they're doing that? Obviously, Zagreb during the week as well sacked their manager. He got put in prison because he was it fraud, I think, for the club, stealing 13 million off of Zagreb through player transfers. Yeah,
it was him and was it his brother or something?
Yeah, I think it's his brother or his cousin or something like that. There was someone else involved as well. So, everything is an absolute shitstorm there. So they go to the Toilet Bowl Stadium and beat them 3-0 by one player, scoring a hat-trick. Tottenham didn't turn up.
Yeah, well, it was at Zagreb, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Zagreb? Sorry, yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they won 2-0 in the Toilet Bowl, sorry. And, lost 3-0 at Zagreb.
Yeah.
At extra time. Fucking brilliant.
It was brilliant. Orsic, he's forever going to be a legend now, isn't he?
Oh, he's got to be. He's got to be. But I think trying to act from a sort of neutral perspective here, just for a minute or two. Did you listen to Jose's sort of post-match interview about it? Absolutely slated him. Like, yep, we were crap. Hold my hands up. I told him all about Orsic, what he can do. This is the game plan. He's like, they didn't stick to it.
Right,
disappointed.
So, they didn't.
No. Absolutely shocking. And you just think, why? Why would you not listen to a manager of Jose's calibre? Did Tottenham think they're a bigger club than what they are? They're not like a Man United or a Real Madrid or an Inter Milan where, the stature of the club is always going to be bigger than a manager. I think Jose's bigger than what Tottenham is, in my own personal opinion. But that's because, obviously, we don't like Tottenham. But, I don't want to slate them all too much. I feel for Jose right now. I don't know what is happening behind the scenes. Has he lost the dressing room? Have the players lost faith? Have they just decided, look, I don't like your tactics anymore? I really don't know. They had moments in that game where they sort of turned it on and decided, we can play. But then Zagreb held their own and then went up the other end and scored again. So, I don't know what's going on. From an Arsenal perspective, I think it's brilliant. It's always nice to watch them struggle. But from the sort of English team perspective, you don't want to see them knocked out of Europe so early on. You want to see them in the quarters and the semis just to see English teams sort of dominate it, I suppose. But obviously you're nodding away and rolling your eyes. So what's your thoughts on this, mate?
Yeah, I think no manager is ever bigger than the club. Not even...
He's got more history, though, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He's got, sorry?
He's got more history than what Tottenham have, though, hasn't he?
Yeah. To be fair, but I think it's the way I assume he's setting the team up, and he must be. So it's the way he's setting the team up, in my opinion. Defensively, it isn't working. We'll probably come on to the Villa game a bit later on at the weekend. But if we look back to the Arsenal game, they just defensively, the way they set up, they looked fragile back there. And it was the same against Zagreb. Going forwards, they can go forward. They know they've got the players that can do that. But when there's balls being swung in, they just can't deal with it. If they've got players running at them, they just cannot seem to handle it. And I don't quite know why that is or what happens, because Mourinho is defensive, isn't he? He's good at parking the bus. So yeah, I just think that he needs to do something with that defence and work it out. He can do it. We know he can do it, but he's just got to get that sorted out, in my opinion. Get a few extra training sessions in, get them working, get them communicating again.
Yeah, you've got to do something about it. But is it because they've got an aging back line? Obviously, Doherty was new coming in. I don't think he played in that sort of standard, traditional sort of 4 at the back, 3 at the back scenario. Obviously, Wolves played quite fluidly. So God knows, how he fits in with that. He seems to have struggled. Alderweireld's not getting any younger. Davinson Sanchez, from what I've always seen of him, he's always got an error in him. And then you've got Eric Dyer, who seems to sort of drop back in defence and then play in sort of defensive midfield a lot. He's not going to be fully accustomed to playing as centre-back, I suppose.
Yeah, true. It did seem like a bit of a makeshift defence, to be fair to them. Maybe they underestimated it, as you said. Aurea at right back, Sanchez, Dyer and Ben Davis. No Reguilon, he came on, but no Reguilon. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did just underestimate them. I'm not sure. But I still think with the team they had, that they probably should have held on for a draw or won. But it wasn't to be. I'm gutted to say it wasn't to be.
Just try saying it with a straight face and I'd probably believe you a little bit more. But, yeah, that's not going to happen, is it? So, never mind.
No. So, Man United then. Let's move on to United. They beat Milan at Milan on the night.
Yeah, great result for them. Ollie's firmly at the wheel at the moment, isn't he?
Well, I mean, you say that, and then we'll talk about the weekend fixture, shall we say?
Yeah, we can go through them in a minute, can't we? But
so, Pogba, good goal. Played well again. Ollie seems to just seems to get it right at the minute in Europe, especially. So yeah, I think they've done well to get past Milan, who are flying in Serie A at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're second in the league, and they're honestly second only to Inter. They are a fair way off the pace from them, but to be ahead of Juventus at this part of the season is obviously a feat in itself. Obviously, they've got an aging front line with Ibrahimovic, but even when he comes on, he still tears it apart. He's still waxing the goals for fun. It was a surprise for me seeing that result. Must admit, I didn't see United winning it. I saw sort of possibly another draw and then going to extra time or something. So that was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, as you said, they are flying in Europe at the moment. Pogba coming back just seems to be a completely new player again at the moment. I know he only played 45 minutes, obviously, last week. But I think I was reading some stats. I think it was yesterday, just in preparation for this. And he sort of in 45 minutes had most tackles, most key passes, most chances created, most dribbles, all sorts of positivity coming out of him. And you think, well, where's that come from? Why has he not done that week in, week out for the last couple of seasons at United? I think you need someone like him to be firing every week. But is it the case of Bruno Fernandes has come in and everyone's singing his praises and blowing so much smoke up his backside that he is the greatest thing since sliced bread? Pogba's like, hang on, do you remember me? Here I am. This is what I can do. So maybe that's worked for him. I don't know.
Might have a point. You need to stroke his ego a little bit, didn't you, Pogba? It seems to me. You need to tell him that he's fantastic and get him playing, and he can almost sort of play anywhere on the pitch. Really, he just sort of got a bit of a free rein. But yeah, maybe that's been tightened, and maybe Ollie sort of started to see, let's give that back to him. Let's let him loose. Let's see what he can do. And like you say, recent performances have been fairly decent for him.
Yeah, I think you've got to earn it though, don't you? I think you do need to have that work ethic. Maybe he wasn't doing it on the training pitch or something. Obviously, we don't see behind closed doors, but maybe he wasn't doing that. So they've sort of taken it away from him and said, right, focus on, being a number 10 or a number 8 or whatever, and sort of master that and then develop back out again. I don't know. So I know he did have a few injuries and he had a few issues which sort of kept him in and out. So I know that does obviously have a detrimental effect on you.
Mm. So, should we talk about the Gooners?
Yeah, go on then. Do we have to?
Shocking, wasn't it? Shocking, wasn't it? Let's talk. Let's just.
What one?
Yeah.
They've both been shocking at the moment, haven't they?
Let's stick with Europa Olympiacos. It was awful, wasn't it? Absolutely awful.
Yeah, that was. Do you know what? That's probably the worst I've seen us play for a season or two.
It was everyone, wasn't it, really? I mean, Gabriel didn't seem to do too well. Bellerin seems a bit off pace. Ceballos was not good.
No, Ceballos has had a bad few weeks as well. I can't remember what game it was. He had 2 costly errors which led to goals. I can't remember what game that was now. I know he's had some high-profile, bad moves, and you just think, what on earth are you doing? What is going on?
Playing as a number 10, which I think is probably his favoured position, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he did that. Was that? Yeah, that was against Olympiacos. He did that, wasn't it? Or was that the West Ham game?
Ceballos,
yeah. Was it Olympiacos? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I just don't think he did enough.
No, not at all. No, he weren't. When he's playing in that sort of central midfield position, box to box, that's when I think we get the best out of him. Personally, I'm a big fan of Ceballos, and it's sort of quite annoying just how poor he's been of late, because I've always been critical of why he's been left on the bench and he's not playing more.
Yeah, we both have, haven't we?